Góðan daginn, welcome to the Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm Iceland, I live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog chat type of thing where I talk mainly about yarn, knitting, crocheting, anything fiber related, because goodness gracious, all the fibers of the world. It's called the Project Pal because I have projects, they are in piles, and I just keep adding to them. I just keep finding new places to stash them. There's my bedroom, this living room that I'm filming in. There's my storage, and there's the sleeping loft. Oh, and my mother's. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, talk about the weather. I do talk about the weather because, honestly, the weather is interesting, and then I always have something to talk about. And I do try and remember to mention whenever there is geological activities in Iceland, because I despise fake news. They do not help. I haven't heard about any. So that's a good news. That's a good news. So yeah, I haven't really done a lot this week, as usual. I've only gotten like a couple of rounds more with my. Did I not finish that stitch? Okay. With my shawl, the crochet shawl, with this wonderful Halloween yarn from Hobby. Oh, and I do need to look into those. I've seen. There we go. I've seen on YouTube. I haven't watched the videos yet. But I've seen someone talking about how Hobby has been using AI to make their ads, and I'm like, why? Why would they do that? They have such wonderful people working for them. It's like their ads so far have been fine. So why use AI? AI is atrocious, and the fact that anyone feels fine about using AI is just no, do better. Do better. If you are using AI, don't do better. But yeah, I do like them as a company. They've done a lot for me. Not only because they ship to Iceland, which is always fantastic, but the customer service, I've always gotten such good service from. So I am disappointed if they are using AI. That's not good, obviously. Speaking of, so my crochet project. I think about halfway done, so I haven't gotten many, a lot done in this last week. But at least it's something. But last knit night, I did go, and that's the story. So I did get a little bit further along with my knitted scarf, but only a teeny tiny bit, only a few rounds, because I didn't stay long, because I was the only one who showed up. I was the only one. It was hilarious. There was another lady who did kind of show up, but not for knit night. She basically showed up for emotional support for me. But she was out. She invited her son out for dinner, so they decided to come and just sit with me and just emotional support while I'm just the only one sitting there knitting. The thing is that when around this time of year, the local hotel, they actually moved their restaurant part of their business out of the hotel, and literally if that car and the house were in the way, I would be looking straight at it. They moved that entire restaurant operation to an old bait shack called Beiteskogen, or the bait shack. And they've rebuilt like these 2 old shacks. So, you know, the buildings are, you know, there. It's kind of like dining in a little museum. They're filled with old things. And I was trying not to be a creep. Oh, I should have taken a picture. Did I take a picture of the tables? So it's a little rough around the edges, and it looks really cool. The only drawback is that because it's right by the ocean, because bait shack, you know, historically for fishing, so it's right by the ocean. So that means it does get really rather chilly. They do have like a space heaters specifically for that. And this is where I sat. I didn't. Okay. So you can see where there's like a little fuzzy little line, like here. Kind of looks like it's wet. That's resin. So where the tables are like a bit rough, and where there were dips in the surface of the planks, they filled it with resin, and so it looks like it's wet. So you always see people poking at it, being like, "What in the world?" But it is kind of cool. It's really kind of cool. Yeah. So this is. I was trying not to be a creep. The shack really filled up with little families. There were so many little kids running around. But like, this is one of the things that are on the walls. I think this is like a, you know, I have no idea what it is, but I absolutely love going there because it's, like I said, it's like a little museum. And I was the only one sitting there knitting with my beer, and then, you know, had garlic bread, and I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. I love the garlic bread. And that's my one beer of the week. It's just so nice. But yeah, so that was a little different, but hey ho, I knew like having social anxiety growing up and into adulthood, it is always a challenge. Where's my crochet? There's my crochet. And I talked about this before. I do have social anxiety, and I am on medication that originally were for my depression. Turns out this medication also works amazingly on anxiety and félagsfælni, that, you know, social anxiety as well. Amazing. I can actually go and talk with people and be relaxed when there's people around me. I'm like, this is amazing. So fortunately that works for me. But imagine 20 years ago, I would not have been able to like go out, sit down, order something, do something strange or unusual around other people. I can do that now. Couldn't do it back then. But then again, I'm over 40. And I swear, the older you get, the more you're like, don't care. Don't care what other people think, because done it. I've done it before. So yeah, I did knit a little bit. And I do want to get that scarf finished as well, because I've been working on it for so long, but I only work on it on knit nights. Like, I'm pretty sure I said this last weekend as well. I was working, yeah, I've been working on the scarf, on the shawl for so long. I really, really want to get them done. And then I go do something else, because why not? So I'm not, speaking of wanting to get that finished, so other things I want to work on. I rediscovered this bag with, I mean, some wannabe projects, like this yarn, the Drops Kid Silk, and the Drops baby alpaca. These, oh, this is so soft. Oh, I love the kid soup. Those are gonna be combined, and I'm going to be making, yeah, this one, Spring Hive. This one. And I really need to get going on that. I also have white peony that is worked for, it drops cotton light, and it's a dress. Yeah. So the yarn I have for that is actually Sanskan Mandarin Petite. And this lovely pink. It's the same exact color that I picked for another project, so I do have quite a few skeins of this floating around. I'm like, clearly, it's a pretty color. Oh yeah, and the bag is from Hobby as well. It's a really nice one. Really holds a lot of yarn. So, more projects. And another thing that I really want to get into, I haven't done for years, stitching. Because I actually went up to look for this here box of mine with the yarn and the couple of patterns and, you know, little kits. Like this one. And these bookmarks. And I got like these things that I could use to make, could make a little watering can, or I could actually, you know, use little thing. This was kit. So I'm like, that was on Thursday that I did, because Thursday was a day off. So I'm like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go do the thing that I've been thinking about for way too long, and actually start to learn how to embroider. Oh, that was a dishwasher. Because I do know how to do cross stitch. I do know how to do that, but embroider I haven't really learned that. So that is something that I want to learn. And I feel like these, I have 3 of these kits that have mixed stitches, so I'm like, that's a learning curve. So I go through all of this, I go climb up on the loft, I find this, I find the yarn, I go through this, I find, you know, all sorts of things. I don't have needles. And then I remember that the needles that I did get, like the good ones, got mixed up with my mother's needles, and I am not tackling my mother over needles. She's 80 years old. I am not ready for that battle. Not happening. I did find old sewing kits. Like, this is probably around 30 years old. There are some needles in here, but listen, I ordered some new ones. So like a little set from Prim. That's in the mail. That should be arriving either tomorrow on Monday or on Tuesday. So I also found this old thing that it does have a needle, that I started years ago. I got this much done. It's just cross stitch. And it's this. So clearly, I mean, I can definitely, and I should, finish this, because this is just cross stitch, and then was it? It's I mean, it's a weekend project. It's taken me a few years. What is it called? It's cross stitch, half cross stitch, back stitch, lazy daisy. I've never done, and I've never done a French knot. But you know, it's a cute little project. And it does have raffia, and I'm a little concerned about that because it's interesting. But you know, oh, this is extra. Yeah, here are threads, some yarn, for some reason, and this. So I really should put it in a circle thing, loop holder. But yeah, I got really far with it. Dang, proud of myself. Let's see. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm not though bringing that with me to Knit Nest because, goodness gracious, that would be. I would not get a peace of mind to do those, because if there are two that I'm thinking of that would show up, they would be too busy trying to teach me, which would be fine. But it's so hard to be appreciative of something when it's when you're not asking for it. Like, they mean well, and I do appreciate it. But sometimes you gotta do things and just make the mistakes, because that's how we learn. So that's pretty much all that I remember I was gonna talk about. But I did go to my mother's. It's, oh dear, it's like 20 to 8 in the evening. But I did go to my mother's because it's Sunday. I did go to mother's for lunch, dinner, afternoon type of thing. And look what she found. Look at that cute little dress that she made for me when I was a newborn. This is the little dress that I wore when I got home from the hospital, from being born. So, oh, I thought she knitted. It's a crochet. Look how cute it is. Absolutely adorable. I mean, yeah, it's dirty, but I'm gonna clean it because I really, really want to find a pretty frame and frame it. I mean, I can. Obviously, I am never gonna fit. Oh, hello. This is it then. I mean, look how cute it is. Yeah, other thing that I got from my mother's also, not my nails. I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. I also got my collection of buttons and shanks and fastenings. So I really don't have an excuse to not get going with all the things, except for lack of attention. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. I can't remember anything else to talk about, and I need to get the washing machine going and attend to the dishes. So thank you so much for watching. I will hopefully see you again next weekend. We'll see where we're at then. If I've actually managed to finish something, that would be on the news. But yeah, until then, take care. Bless, bless.